All right, time for the tour. I'm looking forward to sharing this with you guys because there's so many little details and so much new stuff. I hope you enjoy this. I've been looking forward to doing this. Now, some of the machines are off right now. That's because if I have everything on at once, it's a little bit loud. I don't think I'll be able to hear myself talk. It's even kind of loud with like SpongeBob going and Sports Arena. Aliens is kind of loud. So hopefully you can hear me all right. But let's get right into it. Why don't we start over here with the prize table. Oh, and we will turn on all the machines as we go so that you can see everything fired up, and we'll play machines and you'll get the full tour. Okay, prize table. So I just finished this. Literally last night, I put the last item in there, the finishing touches. I put so much work into this, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. So I will have redemption machines at my arcade because even though I know some people in the arcade community kind of poo-poo on redemption machines, I grew up loving them. I know a lot of kids love them, so I want them in my arcade. I don't know what to say. I like them. Kids like them. That's all that really matters to me. So I am picking up redemption machines, and if you're going to have machines that put out tickets, you got to have a prize table, of course. And I really thought about what I wanted to have in this prize table. And it's kind of a mix of stuff that I remember having in prize tables growing up, and stuff that I think maybe are a little more contemporary that people will enjoy. So why don't we get right into it, and let's take a look at what I have here. Okay, so the cheapest thing is these stickers for 10 tickets, and there's all kinds of fun stuff. There's like, little sharks and guys fishing, and it's just a mix of different items. I had to have something that was nice and cheap so that if you only have a few tickets you can get. And of course, slap bracelets. Now this is a good example of something I remember seeing back in the day, and I have all kinds of different slap bracelets that you can get there. And another item that I definitely remember picking up back in the day are these Chinese finger traps. Do you guys remember these? You put your fingers in them and your fingers get trapped. Of course, thus the name, finger trap. So I got those. I picked up these really cool Galaxy Super Balls. Now I know it's kind of dark here, but that is the arcade experience. I want to find that balance between not too dark but not too light. So certainly lighting and like soundscape will be a big part of this space when I finish it. I made this sign in Photoshop for prize table, and I actually ordered a little bell that hasn't arrived yet. So I guess it's not 100% finished because right here will be a little bell just in case I'm distracted by something and somebody needs something out of the prize table. Now I picked up this display cabinet for $100. Someone locally was moving their store to a different location that I know. I went in, I saw that they had a sale going on. I went in to see what was going on because I know the person that runs the store, and they told me they're moving, and I said, are you selling any of your like retail fixtures? And so happened that they were selling this display counter, and I got a screaming deal for $100 for a glass front wood display cabinet locally to me. It was a no-brainer, so I picked it up, and it cleaned up really nice. It's actually perfect for what I wanted. So it's got the 3 shelves on each side. I added the LED lights to it, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. I've got some Galaxy slime, some ring pops, some squishy toys, some dinosaur eggs that you can like excavate the little dinosaurs out of those eggs, some emoji jumpies, some metal puzzles, some really cute little cat plush. I really tried to think of like the best plush to get, and I know like a lot of the like Squishmallows and the tea turtles and the shark cats and stuff that's real cute is kind of what I focused on. You'll see some of those coming up here. Tamagotchis. These are those reversible tea turtles. I don't know if you've seen these. They're little octopus, and you can turn them inside out. And I got 4 different ones there, so very cool. Some kind of like premium plush, along with this Squishmallow, which I'll get to in a second. Pop sockets. These are kind of like a newer version of like a fidget spinner. They're little fidget toys, and then you have these little pop socket boosters, so you can change out the little sockets in your pop puck. And I picked up some of those, and these super cute shark kitty cats there. So yeah, I think I like it, so I think someone else will like it too. A little Pac-Man mini arcade, a nano drone, a Squishmallow, a Sanrio Squishmallow, a unicorn plush set that is actually pretty cool. It's got these really cute little unicorns. It's like a little family of unicorns, so they come out. I think they must be all vacuum formed in that box, because I think they're a lot bigger when you take them out of their box. A couple Switch games, sealed Switch games, Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Superstars. And then I know it's kind of dark down here, but a mini tank, RC tank, and a couple Aliens figures, which I was tempted to keep because I like them so much. The Ellen Ripley Power Loader Q-Fig, and then the Alien Queen diorama. And then I have this blacklight reactive tapestry. Speaking of which, let's turn on the black lights. Come over here. I got my little remote control. I will have lots of black lights in the arcade. At the moment, I have 2. And let's turn that on and turn that on. And there we go. We got some black light action going. Very cool. You got to have black lights. You know, lighting is so important. And actually, that helped a lot light it up here. That looks very cool. So moving over here, guys, SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, this is the first time you're seeing this. There's a lot of stuff in here that I have not shared yet because I've just been busy every chance I get. As I said, I've been picking up machines. So I got this for $140. I drove about 3 hours away. I picked it up from a large family fun center that rotates their games in and out. And it was it listed $150. And I didn't have change. I only had 20s. So he said, "Oh, just give me $140. That's fine." So $140. I got this. And let's take a look at this. This is not a game that I would say I would normally gravitate towards, because honestly, guys, I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob in my life. I may like it if I watched it. I just have never watched it. I have a lot of friends that love SpongeBob. And so I need to get on that. Probably watch a few episodes of SpongeBob now that I have this machine, just for the heck of it. But I thought, for $140, it's a Sega game. That's kind of what got me to drive the 3 hours to pick it up. I'm like, ooh, Sega. That's all it takes. And you can't beat the price. So you put a quarter in here. And here, let me show you. Let's go over here to my change machine. I might as well talk about my change machine while I'm here. This was a big investment for the arcade. This was very expensive because I wanted to change, I want everything to run off quarters, but I want the barrier to entry, the friction, as far as people coming in, I want there to be as less friction as possible. I want them to be able to come in, and I want it to be very easy. So I didn't want them to have to track down an ATM. I didn't want to have an ATM. I didn't want to deal with that. So I picked up this change machine that has a Niax card reader on it. So you can put your 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s in here, and it'll disperse the quarters. But you can also just tap your card. And you can tap it, you can put it in, you can slide it, whatever you want. And it takes Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all that. Really easy. It's a great system. And it works great. It tells you how much it's going to dispense, and then it dispenses the coins really quick. It's a really solid unit. And I'm going to have it mounted to the wall and then strapped to this as well. So it's going to be, it's not going anywhere. At the moment, I have the machine off, but let's grab some quarters. And I got this sign, need change. And I'm really happy with the change machine. I'm glad to get that. Was kind of expensive. It was like $1,500. But, it's a big part of the arcade. So, okay, here we go. So you put the quarter in, and you're trying to time it so that it lands inside of these squares. Oh, okay, so no, see, it's poking out of the yellow, so I'm probably not gonna get tickets for that. Don't give up, he said. So I did not get any tickets. So let's try this again. Oh, no, no luck. You're trying to land right inside of those various rectangles and you get tickets. So you get 75 tickets for the green, 15 tickets for the blue, 25 tickets for the yellow, and 5 tickets for the red. Now, if you get good at the timing on this, it's actually a good way to rack up tickets for only a quarter. I could see people coming in and getting that timing down really well. As far as what I've done to this machine, I added yellow T-molding. So it had some really beat up T-molding. It was blue. I added the yellow T-molding because, you know, SpongeBob. The ticket thing needed a little adjustment to get working right, but it was fine. It was not a big deal. I did reproduction decals. So this I created in Photoshop. That was actually not even there. And then this I created in Photoshop as well. Just so people, you know, like make it as clear as possible. I had to kind of do a little repair to the cabinet up top here because it was falling. It was kind of splitting a little bit, so I had to repair it just a little. It wasn't a big deal. The motor on SpongeBob is blown, so I am probably gonna at some point replace the motor because he moves. Normally he moves with the music. It's not that important, and the motor is like 50 bucks, so I haven't been in any hurry to replace it. I did buy new inside marquees here because the one that was in here was so badly damaged that you couldn't actually read it. So just a few little things. I think it's very solid. For 140 bucks, that was a great buy. Okay, so we'll come over to this stuff here in a second. Let's move over here to my sports arena. Oh guys, I love the sports arena machine. I'm so glad I picked this up. So I paid $200 for the sports arena machine. And it definitely needed some TLC. I mean, I've put some money into this to get it looking, I mean, to where it is now, but look at it. I mean, what a beautiful looking machine. So this is a very early example of this kind of redemption machine. So basically, you put in the money. It's 50 cents. And then the light bulb, the little light goes around, and you gotta stop it on the red bulb. And you're trying to stop it on the red bulb. And if you stop it on one of the red bulbs, and there's 8 of them, the carousel turns 1 click, and you get a prize. So I got some really cool prizes in here. I've got, for 50 cents, now, you know, it's not $3 a play or anything, so I can't make the prizes too insane, but for 50 cents, you get some opportunity to win some cool stuff. Starbucks gift cards, Pokemon booster packs, these really cute emoji plush, these little sticky, you know, like the little toys, they're like little sticky hands that you throw and they stick on walls. These kind of cool, like Yoda and Marvel keychains. These playing card sticker, like there's a sticker in there, 2 stickers, 1 playing card packet, and something else in there too. So that's kind of neat. And then chance to win tickets. So you could win 500 tickets. You can win 100 tickets. So that's a really good one to go for, because if you get that 500 ticket, you go up to the redemption counter and you get something pretty cool. And I had to replace a lot of bulbs on here. I had to replace the light for the marquee. I recreated these stickers here because these were all faded. And I just basically recreated them in Photoshop as close to the real ones as possible. So that looks a lot better. And then just some deep cleaning. You know, I took these plastics off because there was like soda that had gotten underneath and it was really gross. But it looks a lot better now. And I put this little sign here, win prizes. And I'm real happy with it. I think it's a neat addition to the arcade. It's a great light show. The bulbs are kind of expensive. I ended up buying about 50 extra bulbs because I was like, well, these are incandescent bulbs. I'm gonna be going through these things like no one's business, so I might as well just buy a bunch of them at once. So that was kind of expensive, but I really like it. It's got the mirror in the back, and it's just a cool machine. Okay, moving over here to my Tokyo Drift. Now, I'm gonna talk about this as we go. There's some machines that if I could go back in time, I probably would not buy. And this Tokyo Drift is one of those. So I got it for a good, I think like 150, 200 bucks, something like that. I forget it. Honestly, all the prices get kind of jumbled, but just say 200 bucks. and it doesn't have its PC in there. That's the problem. And at the time, I'm like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But honestly, finding a Tokyo Drift PC for a good price for the conversion cab, not the dedicated cab, this is the conversion. So this was a Cruisin' World at some point. And everything else is there. It needs the coin receptacles, but everything else is here. So it's in pretty good shape too. So it's a interesting project cabinet. So here's what I'm gonna do. If I can find the Tokyo Drift PC, and I almost had someone that was going to sell it to me on Facebook Marketplace. They really didn't want to because they wanted to sell the whole thing, but I told them I'd give them their asking price just for the PC. But anyways, long story short, it didn't happen. If I can find one for a good price, I will just turn this into a Tokyo Drift. I may just sell this as a project cabinet for a couple $100, same price I bought it, and open up this space and look for another Cruisin' Exotica, because I want to have a pair of linked racers, and space is going to be a premium. It's this is not a large space, and the arcade when I open up is not going to be a large space. So I think I would like to have just another dedicated Cruisin' Exotica to go next to this one, or I'll turn it into a Tokyo Drift, or I'll do a deconversion to a Cruisin' World. So at the moment this is a project cab, and not much to say there. I got a really nice open sign. I want, visibility is real important, and also it looks cool down here right now, but it's going to look really nice in the window of the arcade when I open up. And I went ahead and basically got the nicest open sign I could find. That was not super cheap for an open sign. I think I paid like $150 for that, but totally worth it because that's an important piece of the puzzle. And it's awesome. I couldn't be happier with that open sign. It's nice and bright. It looks super cool, and I love it. I've got my little TV up there with some arcade ambiance going. That's going to come with me as well. I'm probably going to hang that above the pinball machines and be tracking scores for a leaderboard system. This is my Cruisin' Exotica, dedicated Cruisin' Exotica. And I love this thing, guys. This was I forget how much I paid for this. What did I pay for this? Oh, geez, $600? Go back and watch the video when I picked this up, and I'm sure I say it there. And it's a good buy. Not much needed to happen here. What did I have to do here? It needed a new potentiometer for the steering wheel, new bulb for the marquee, a little touch-up to the side art, a deep cleaning. I mean, that was the biggest thing, a super deep cleaning, an adjustment to the coin mech, a new snap hat battery on the board so it holds the high scores, and I think that's it. And it works like a champ. This is one of my favorite things to come down here and play, and when people come over, they always gravitate towards this as well. And how cool is this? Cruisin' Exotica, I think, is my favorite cruising game. It's really fun. So having two of these would be even better. But yeah, that's my Cruisin' Exotica, guys. I love it. And then I've got this. I bought this. This is going to go to the arcade as well. I put some black light bulbs in there. Nice little light fixture. And then I've got this faux brick that I put up on the wall. This is going to stay in the garage. I am going to get more of this, but it's going to be the red. So the aesthetic moving forward is going to be like 90s. The logo that I created is kind of like for the arcade is kind of like a 90s street art. I think neon, red brick, loud colors, fluorescent. That's going to be kind of the vibe. So I am going to put a bunch of the fake brick up on the wall, but it's going to be the red fake brick because I really like that, and it's a fairly inexpensive way to, a lot of bang for your buck. I picked up this really nice Pac-Man poster and framed it. It's coming with me. I got that for the arcade, and it looks great down here. My theater chair, this is going to move, and I'm going to pick up a Pac-Man machine. The Pac-Man machine is going to go right here, and this is going to go back inside the house at some point. I'm actually right here. This will be a row of machines. So I've got my Double Dragon here. We'll talk about that in a second. But I want to put like a fighter cab here, so like a Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat 2, something like that. I'm going to bring my Neo Geo because it's not out here. I have a Neo Geo 2 slot in the downstairs game room. I'm going to bring that out here and put that here. And then a Pac-Man machine, probably like a Pac-Man Pixel Bash or something that has a bunch of classic machines on it, because space is limited. And with a machine like Pac-Man Pixel Bash, it's coin-op, it's officially licensed, and it has all the classic Namco games. So you got Pac-Man and Galaga and Xevious and Mappy and Splatterhouse, and the list goes on and on and on. So I think that would be a cool thing to have down here. So that's kind of the thinking there. And, you know, I'll find different homes for all this stuff. I did buy a heavy-duty cart here, a hand truck, and that's already come in clutch. This was a couple $100 at Home Depot, so it was not cheap, but worth it. So I'm glad I did that. And I had everything on power strips, so I could turn banks and machines on with a click of one button. And why don't we go ahead and do that and talk about this bank here, because I'm really proud of what I've done over here. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. LED lights come on. Now this will all be up against the wall eventually, but now it's very bright. But look at this. Okay, so yeah, this came together so well. I love it. And I was able to pick this up fairly inexpensively for the most part, except for the claw machines. But I found this cabinet at Goodwill for $15. I sniped an auction on eBay for these guys. I got them for $200 shipped, so $100 each. On eBay is really good. Now, if that was locally, I probably could have gotten cheaper. But I really wanted a love meter and a stress test. I still want a fortune teller. I mean, that's high on my list, but what I really want is like a Zoltar. If I can't afford the Zoltar, maybe like an Omar the Mystic or a Gypsy, a Gina the Gypsy or something like that. But I made these custom marquees for the love tester and the stressometer. Do you guys remember these things? They were all over the place back in the day. And it's stuff like this to me. I mean, I love coin-op oddities. And growing up, I used to love stuff like this. I know it's, you know, there's not much to them, but you put your quarter in, right? And then you put your finger in there, and then it starts beeping. And then, what am I gonna get? Oh boy. Come on, keep going, one more. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm hot stuff today. And usually I gravitate between go for it and hot stuff, it seems like. A lot of fun. I think it's just a fun little thing. And of course you have the stress tester. So you put your quarter in, you put your fingers on there, it starts beeping at you. It's testing. And then, oh, okay, yeah, oh, look at that. There we go. Nice and normal, low normal. I like it. I'm not very stressed at the moment. So, very fun. And I like making these in Photoshop. I made the little sign here, stressometer. Put the little emoji there. And then test your love. And yeah, for eBay, for $200 shipped, that seemed like a no-brainer. And then I bought these gumball machines. Now, I'm not going to fill them up for gumballs until, you know, I'm ready to open up. But I got 3 gumball machines there, and then I found a spot for my Double Dragon marquee. Now, when the lights are all off, this whole thing glows, especially if it's against a wall, because I have LEDs behind the Double Dragon sign and LEDs on the back there. But the big show here, as far as this bank, are these mini claw machines. So I got these from candymachines.com. I've been watching a lot of videos on claw machines and mini claw machines in particular because, you know, again, space, moving these things, but also this is kind of the trend with claw machines are these kind of Japanese-inspired mini claws, and especially these new ones that have the prize lockers on them. Now, I know it's really bright there, so let's see, I don't know if that's going to be overexposed, if you can see that, but there is a Space Invaders Tiny Arcade and a Galaga Tiny Arcade in there, and those are the prize lockers. So the idea here is, and this is the space-themed mini claw with the vinyl wrap on it. So these are really fun. So you put in your 50 cents, right? Okay. You move your little mini claw around, and then boom. And you hope you get it. Come on. Oh, almost. That was close. And then it drops the little thing. Now, in there is a treasure chest. If you're really gung-ho and you want to go for that treasure chest all the way down there, you get a key. And the key opens the prize locker. So not only will you win plush, but you could win a little Space Invaders Tiny Arcade. And these things are not cheap. These are like $30. So it's a good little prize. And I think those just look super cool. And this one has these amazingly cute little ducks in it, which are amazing. And you can see the treasure chest there. So you can win the prize locker in that one. And then you got these different ducks. And I put the little bar there so you can display the items, and you got the mirror, and they look really nice. And they're not, I wouldn't say they're cheap, they're about $1,000 each. But they're brand new, and they look really good. And I couldn't be happier with it. Now I'm gonna get some more, guys. I'm probably gonna, because claw machines are a big part of an arcade, and I wanna have different prizes available. So I think I'm gonna get like 2 more of those, and 2 more of a different type of mini claw. I'm probably gonna have about 6 claw machines eventually. We'll see. You never know. Sometimes deals come up on things, and plans change, and I'm trying to work with the space I have down here. I know I can fit 3 more machines over there, something over here, something right here, something over here, but that's about it. And maybe another pinball machine or something, but we'll see. Okay. Let's move over here to Double Dragon. So I actually done a lot of work to Double Dragon. So if you guys may remember, this looks a lot better than it used to. I don't know if you guys remember what this looked like last time I shared it with you. And let me turn this bank of machines off, because they're really loud. Okay. So last time I shared Double Dragon with you, it was not looking like this, that's for sure. And I got this for free from my buddy Ness. Ness, thank you. You're a legend. I appreciate you so much. And he knows that I'm, building this arcade in my garage. And so he hooked me up with a free Double Dragon. So I drove down. It was a beautiful drive to where he's at. He's in a really scenic part of Oregon. And I picked this up, and so I've done a lot here. Okay, so I painted the cab. So this was all, like the front of this had spray paint all over it, and it did not look good. So I cleaned it, I spray painted it. I put these corner protectors on it because the corners are blown out. So I put those on there, so that made it look a lot better. I touched up some of the artwork here, so it's not all messed up. There's still some spots that I could touch up, like the gray here, but it's fine. It looks good. I got a new marquee that fits. So it's got a new marquee, and most importantly, I got a monitor. So it is an LCD monitor. I had to convert it because there was no monitor in here, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I know some people aren't big on LCDs, but I actually appreciate the fact that they are low maintenance, and I think they look fine. So that's just me, to different strokes, different folks, yada, yada, yada. So I built a monitor bezel. Well, not built, but I cut out a bezel as well, so it matches the monitor there, so you don't see the metal shroud around the monitor. So it fits perfect. I ordered a new power supply. So that's all that I need to do now, basically install the new power supply. Because I went and I plugged everything in, I turned it on, and there's nothing. So I hope it's just the power supply. This is a project still, but it's definitely coming along. And now at least it looks very presentable down here. And I added 2 new buttons, because there were no buttons right here for the jump and kick on player 1. I do have buttons that I could replace on all these, but I just replaced what I needed to. There were joysticks too, but I didn't want to replace these because they're actually really good joysticks, and everything else works. So I just kept it. I just replaced these 2, and then I kept this original because it's in really good shape. If something's original, it's not a showpiece. If it's presentable and looks good, I'll keep it original, and until I need to replace it with something reproduction. But yeah, so that's Double Dragon. I can't wait till that's working, because that's definitely going to be a great addition to this arcade space down here. Speaking of great additions to arcade space down here, Area 51, Site 4. What was this, $500 I picked it up for, I think? And this didn't need much. It was resetting itself, so I had to go through and reseat all the connections on the board. And then the guns were not working, so this gun, a wire had snapped inside this shroud that I had to solder back together, and that fixed that. That was easy. And then this one, there's a wire, there's like a Molex connector that goes to a little mini PCB inside the gun, a little optic board or something like that, and that had just come undone. So I just had to take this apart and plug that little connector, edge connector, back into the board, and that solved that problem, and that's it. Oh, a new starter and light bulb for the marquee. And then I touched it up a little bit. It's not perfect. Like you can see, this is probably the biggest area that's kind of unfortunate. But it's fine. I don't really care about stuff like that, to be honest, because, it doesn't take away from it being fun and looking good. So I'm happy with it. And if I ever at some point I get a wild hair and I want to replace this vinyl piece here, I may do that. But monitor is good. It's got a little burn in from whatever it was before. I think it was a Sammy Deer Hunter or something like that before. So it's got a little burn in, but it's very, it looks good. It's solid, and it plays great. I love it. Area 51 Site 4 is a very cool game, and definitely it was on my list of games that I would love to have in the arcade. And I actually have an Area 51 Maximum Force board, a working board set as well. So I have Area 51 Site 4, the dedicated arcade cab, and I have an Area 51 Maximum Force combo board that if I ever come across a cabinet or if I ever want to do a conversion of some sort, I could. So that's cool. Moving over here to another project cab. So this is probably on the list of things I would not have picked up if I can go back in time. I'm learning as I go. And so I picked this up under the understanding that it needed a new power supply. And this was a big bulk buy, so I really didn't go through every machine like I would now if I was buying a machine. It's like buying cars. Like, when you bought your first car in life, maybe you really didn't know what you were doing, and you didn't do your due diligence like you should, and you were excited, and you got something, you got home, and you're like, oh no. Now, as a seasoned veteran of buying cars, I know what I'm looking for, and I wouldn't make those mistakes. Well, this was like the first bulk buy of arcade games I made. So I should have opened it up and verified that it just needed a new power supply. That's not what's wrong with it. It actually needs a new MPU board. So the main logic board for this, is totally gone. It's missing. And for some games that wouldn't be a big deal, but for a Allied Leisure's circa 1933 cocktail pinball machine from 1980, 83 or something, maybe even 79, I forget what year this is, but that's a problem. There is a company that makes reproduction ones. They're out of stock right now, and when they have them, they're like $500. So there's not a lot of value in this machine. And frankly, if you buy a reproduction board for $500, I've way overspent on this. So I either get rid of it or I just bite the bullet, so to speak, and buy the MPU. Now I am going to just try to fix it because I like it. It's in really good condition. I mean, look how beautiful that playfield is. It's got these stand-up targets that pop out of the drop-down targets, that pop out of the playfield. It's a really cool-looking machine, and I want it working. So I've basically signed up for an alert whenever that board comes back in stock. I'm supposed to get an email, and I'm going to buy it. It's unfortunate, but that's what I'm going to do. And I look forward to this working. Other than that, I think it should be good, fingers crossed. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Okay, moving over here to the Tubbs Toy Tower. I have 2 of these. And I think these are really cool. So they've got these fun capsules in them. All kinds of cool stuff. It costs $1 per bend. It cost me like 55 cents or something for these capsules. So, I'm not making big money on these, like 45 cents. And... but I think the kids will like it. So you got the Fossil Friends, you got the Gnomies, you got the Squishlands, and you rotate this tower around. You put your dollar 2 quarters turn, 2 quarters and turn, and it dispenses a mystery capsule. And so I got that one. Now that one had its stickers on it and it had its capsules in it, and that one was good to go when I bought it. This one over here didn't have stickers and didn't have capsules. I had to buy all these capsules, and guys, if you want to buy these and not spend like $1 each on them, you got to buy them in bulk. So I ended up each different section, like the Poopy Pals and the Squishlands, I had to buy 850. So see this big bag down here? That's full, and then see this? This is full of thousands of those capsules that I had to buy. It cost me a fortune. And then these stickers aren't available anywhere. So I created all these stickers in Photoshop. I'm really happy with the way it came out. And I printed it out on sticker paper. And I don't think if I didn't tell you that, I don't think anyone would know that I made those in Photoshop. So I'm really happy with that. So I got the Poopy Pals. I got the Squishland. Let me see if I can turn this around. Let's turn it around. Okay, there we go. I got the Mega Stickies. And I got the little Crazy Cats. And I put all the capsules in there. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way they came out. And then, of course, the Footballaroo vending machine has the little mini helmets. And then I made all these, I put all these capsules together, and they got stickers and footballs and little football bracelets, and the capsule goes down that little zigzag, and that's a lot of fun. I like it quite a bit. Okay, moving to probably my favorite, is this my favorite thing down here? Okay, my second favorite thing down here? Okay, yeah. So my two favorite items in the arcade right now are Aliens Extermination and Godzilla Premium, the pinball machine. Okay, so Aliens Extermination. I got this for what, $350? If I'm a little off on my prices, you can go back and watch the pickup videos on these. I think it was $350. It was cheap, but it didn't have the PC in there. So initially I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal. I'm just going to get one of those knockoff PCs from Alibaba. And I did. I don't know where it is. It's down here somewhere. But I wasn't happy with that. That wasn't good enough. I love anything Aliens, guys. I'm a big, super fan of Aliens movies. And I have all the movies. If they're on 4K, I have them. If they're on Blu-ray, I have those. I've read all the comic books. I have all those. I grew up collecting those action figures. I have all those. I love Aliens. So, so high on the list was an Aliens. I really want the Konami Aliens cab. That's gotta happen. But Aliens Extermination was definitely on that wish list. And I wanted to do this one right. So I spent a little more money on this one and a little more TLC on this one than some of the other machines. I ended up contacting Global VR, had them build me a replacement PC. It cost me a fortune. And I had a new marquee because the marquee that was on here, it was broken. It's actually over here. This is the old marquee. And I'm hiding the damage behind this Mario, but you can see that it's all broken there. And so I bought the new marquee, new PC in there, new LED lights all over the place, and then I cleaned up the cab. I mean, honestly, we just took some Sharpies on this kind of dark cab like this. Any of the kind of imperfections I just filled in Sharpie, and it looks amazing. And yeah, it works like a champ. Both guns work great. They got the recoil. And it's so fun. Aliens Extermination, amazing. I love it. And I've done gameplay video on the channel, and I've streamed this too on Twitch. So if you want to check it, I stream from the arcade. I have a streaming rig. It's upstairs right now on my VPN cabinet. So the streaming rig's not down here at the moment, but normally I have a streaming rig down here, and I actually stream on Twitch from the arcade. So if you guys think that sounds interesting, give me a follow at COE33, link in the description below. Moving over here to Godzilla. This is my pinball machine from Stern. I bought it brand new. This is the most expensive thing down here by a long shot. These things cost about $10,000 new for a premium pinball machine from Stern. And guys, I'm so in love with pinball that I just really wanted a showpiece item. And this is by a lot of people considered to be one of the great pinball machines ever made. It's certainly one of my favorite pinball machines that I've ever played, and I love it. I'm working towards 1 billion points. So far, my grand champions, my GC is 950 million, right around there. And I've gotten through, I beat Monster Zero recently, and I'm trying to get all the way up through King of the Monsters, the wizard mode there. So I'm making progress. I'm learning it every day and trying to get better at it. I play this all the time, and I love coming out here and playing a couple rounds of pinball. Now I want more pinball. Oh, and by the way, guys, I have the topper. A long time ago, I ordered the topper for this, and I just got the notification that it shipped. So my topper will be here next week, and I can't wait to get that. So I'll have a really cool Godzilla topper on this machine. And so I want to have some more pinball machines. I would like to open up the arcade with at least 3 solid pinball machines. And right now I would only say I have 1. So I have this Gold Rush. This is I'm probably selling this, guys, to be honest. So this is an electromechanical EM pinball machine. And I'm pretty handy at fixing stuff that's electronics based, that's, you know, a little more modern, like Aliens and Cruis'n Exotica. I actually find it to be pretty straightforward working on a lot of these machines. Not so much with this EM. I've tried to educate myself a lot, and I've been teaching myself how to work on these machines. This does not work, by the way. It turns on and turns right off. It's something with a hold relay. I've been trying to get in there and adjust those switches, and it's not working. And I don't know if this is going to be such a maintenance nightmare. I don't think that this has a place. So I'm either going to hold on to it and it'll live in the back room for a while or something, or I'm going to sell it. And because I kind of want to make room for more pinball machines, more modern pinball machines. So we'll see. So yeah, that's Godzilla. That's Gold Rush. I mean, I do like these old machines. Oh, look how cool they are. I love the aesthetic of these wedge heads from the 60s. I wish it worked, but yeah. Okay. Skittle Ball. Guys, oh boy, this is a cool one. Okay, so Skittle Balls, I bought this for $200. I've done quite a bit here. Let's fire this up. Well, is this plugged in? Let's see. Let's move. Let's move that. Let's go down here. Okay, it's my little power strip. Let's see. That is the EM pinball machine. And this is Skittle Ball. Plug this in. There we go. All right. Skittle Ball is plugged in. Move this back. Oh boy. Okay, so I've done a lot of work here. This took some doing, but worth it. Okay, so I love skee ball, guys. I don't have room for skee ball down here. You know, when I open up the arcade, if I have room, I'm definitely going to be getting skee ball at some time. But if I don't have room, I have Skittle Ball. So this is the next best thing. Okay, so how this works is play a game. You put in your 50 cents. Okay. And then you got these little marbles that roll into this little, like, pinball plunger. And then you're trying to, you know, you're playing skee ball basically. And you're trying to get points. So you want to go for that 1,000, because if you get 3,200 points, you get 300 tickets, which is huge. So this is a good way to get tickets if you can dial in that 1,000 shot, which I have done. All the jackpots down here are doable. I make sure that if there's a jackpot with tickets involved, I make sure that I can reproduce it and that it's fair. I don't want it to be easy, obviously, but I want it to be fair. And I'm not doing very well at the moment, so I'm going to switch up tactics and go for that 500. So you get 7 balls. There, we got the 400. Okay, we got 2 balls left. Oh, too much. Okay, we got the 1,000, so we get 12 tickets. 1 ball left. Oh, almost 500. And boom, tickets. 12 tickets. Now, these are the tickets that I've decided on. I bought these online from a wholesaler. I actually tried a few different tickets out before deciding that these are the ones I want. I like the color, I like the quality. They're all numbered and barcoded so that, you know, if there's any shenanigans, I know I can catch it. And they look nice, they're good quality, and I can buy them for a decent price. I would have loved to do custom tickets with the logo and the name of the arcade, but that was cost prohibitive. So these are the ones that I went with. So those are the tickets that you'll see when I open up. And what have I done here? Okay, I added a black light instead of a regular standard light. So the standard light fixture was busted, didn't work. So I installed a black light fixture, and that was way better. You can see that the decals really glow there. And then I had to create a bunch of reproduction decals because I didn't have any of them. So I had to create the AIM decal. I created this custom decal, only 50 cents per play, win 300 ticket jackpot. Put the same one up there. And then I had to create a pay table decal that lets you know if you score 1,000 you get 12 tickets, 2,700 you get 40, and 3,200 you get 300. It had two tubes, light tubes that were burnt out, did not work. I replaced those with LED light strips that I can change. It's inside the machine, but I have a little remote control. I would normally have this set to blue, which I think looks really cool. And yeah, that's Skittle Ball. How cool is that? It works like a champ now. I have it all dialed in. It took a little, like, kind of messing with the settings, and there's a lot of different ways to adjust it to where it's playing well. When I got it, you were lucky if you could get it up to 200 there. It did not have. I had to replace the spring on this plunger and the tip and all kinds of stuff so that it played well, and adjust the distance, the throw distance from the ball. So yeah, little things that you gotta change, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. And yeah, that's Skittle Ball. Okay, and then of course the Mega Touch. Let me fire this on and we'll come back to this. Let's see, is that gonna turn right? Yep, okay, so I'll let that fire up. And then we'll go back to the Mega Touch. And oh gosh, is that everything in the arcade so far? I think so. Now, I definitely have plans moving forward. I want to get another redemption machine, like a Cyclone or a Wheel of Fortune, and put it in the middle of the floor here. A couple more claw machines that I put over here. I have the space behind here that I could put a couple more mini claws right there. Of course, I have space for the 3 more stand-up arcade machines, something with the Pac-Man Classic, my Neo Geo, the Street Fighter, as I said. I got a fixed Double Dragon. And then I'm going to order a giant sign that's going to go along this wall. And yeah, more pinball machines. So that's kind of the plan. And who knows what else I'll have to buy. I'm trying to avoid getting a storage unit, but that may have to happen at some point because storage units are really expensive. I'm thinking I'll just fit everything I can in here. And then if I need room for a few more machines, I'll fit them in my downstairs game room. Because I technically could fit a pinball machine in there, another arcade cabinet in there. So I'll make it work. Yeah. And then, of course, I have the Mega Touch, which is firing up, but it takes a while. So I'll probably just hold off on showing that to you. But, you know, Mega Touch, you used to see these in bars all the time. I've got it set up for quarters or for dollar bills. And you can play like 160 different touch games. And I love it. And guys, that is the state of the arcade video. I hope you enjoyed that in-depth look at all the machines, and I hope you're looking forward to checking out the arcade as it grows and as more machines come in. And in a couple years from now, you know, I'll take you on the journey of opening up a retail space, a brick and mortar arcade, and you can go along with me on that adventure. All right, guys, and that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye.